Hey guys, Luna here, and welcome back to Friendsim. Last we left off, we made a decent chunk of our way through into the Act 3, or Route 3. Last time in our salvation rounds, we said we need to focus on getting here, and I'm either thinking maybe there's another option, or we need to focus on dealing with the army. So, I'm honestly not sure what more interesting is. I want to say we need to focus on dealing with the army. Skylar frowns and shakes her head.
You say that like it's the easiest thing in the world. You maybe want to rethink that one?
Okay, that's a really good point. How about... Okay. Let me actually load that, and maybe there's another option.
Like what? What are you even talking about?
Okay, there's a really good point. How about... So we have to go rescue Kanya's losses. The two trolls stare at you for what feels like a full minute. Finally, a huge grin breaks out on Kanya's face.
Oh, hell yes! Now you're finally making some sense.
She looks absolutely furious right now, completely livid and ready to go punch a hole and through the first person who gets in her way. Now that you mention it, maybe this is the best idea.
Let's fucking go!
She's already walking in the direction of the luscious kennels. You feel a little bit weird using that word for creatures that seem to be completely sentient, but you're not sure what else to call it. The word prison springs to mind.
Stop!
Skylar's starting to shake.
We can't just go in there and grab her. What are you gonna do when they sound the alarm? What's your big plan for surviving this?
Doesn't look like Coney gave that much of a thought. She shrugs and growls, but she doesn't keep moving.
Are you out of your goddamn mind? Do you have any idea what you're doing?
We could do it. If you're actually serious. We could go rescue her. I'm getting my mom back. You want to help? Fine. If not, fuck off.
Skylar stops, and you can see the struggle on her face. She doesn't think this is gonna work, but she isn't about to let Konya walk into this alone. You can see it in her eyes, but the moment where she makes this decision.
Okay, fine.
You grab your coat. Wait, you don't have a coat. You'll be right there.
No.
Skylar turns and presses something into your hands. It's kind of like a walkie-talkie, but a lot more live looking.
You're gonna stay right here in the barracks and talk to us on this thing. No way in hell you're coming with us.
Oh, but you're so generally so useful. Skylar hits you with a withering glare, but... Okay, fine, you guess so. There's a few other trolls in the barracks, but honestly they seem mostly ignoring you. That's probably for the best. You hear the sound of the grub walkie-talkie thing crack to life.
You there, Nook Breath?
You are, in fact, here. You don't want to comment on your breath, though. It's been at least a couple days since you've had access to a toothbrush.
Good. We're going around behind the holding area. There's a restricted area we can sneak through.
That sounds potentially bad.
Once we start this, ain't no going back. Y'all sure you want to do this?
Well, not really.
Hell yeah.
Action sequence warning. Well, it looks like this is what you're doing now. You settle in against one of the bunks and try very hard to make yourself look as insinuous as possible.
So yeah, we're good. Just gotta get through to where they've got Mom. Gonna tear shit up.
Nice, dope, tight, cool. Those are definitely hip, awesome things you say normally and not when you're stressed. You're definitely not pacing back and forth inside the barracks. You'd be hitting your banging air too if you had any. Probably knows warning that Skylar and Connie can both attack using their right mouse button, or the X key if you're using a keyboard if you're using a Mac, I suppose. Move by clicking the left mouse and dragging or arrow keys, and attack with the right mouse or the X key. Skylar and Connie only.
I'd be willing to bet the whole damn farm that switch over there means something.
Grandpa grabs the switch and pulls down and settles in with a loud click.
Looks like we finally got the stupid thing open. Don't worry, Mom. I'm coming. Hell yeah! Nothing can stop us.
Looks like your Lucis is right down this way.
Hang on, Mom. I'm coming to get you.
Definitely much stronger. Ooh, boy. Gotta wait for him to just pass.
I'm getting tired of having this conversation. I have other business to attend to, and this bores me.
Of course, sir. I'm sorry.
I don't require your apology, only your explanation.
The last team sent to the relay station didn't find anything, sir.
And yet, the problem remains. I have a shuttle waiting, and I don't have the time to grub sit you.
I'll check on it personally, sir.
That would be wise, Captain Carmilla.
What's going on? What happened?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. We've got work to do.
Oh no! Oh no! Can't so see now. Try again. Okay, punch, punch, punch. Punch, punch, punch.
I have other...
Ba, 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 leave. Punch, punch, punch. Punch, 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 punch. Avoid the shots. And punch, 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 punch. There's probably a way to do this without hurting
Okay,
anyone.
we're all
so
set here.
It's difficult. When Courtney comes over the radio, she sounds positively overjoyed.
We cleaned out all the guards. Not gonna give you any trouble.
Okay. It's an ominous connotation to it. Given your previous experiences with Konya and her general way of doing things, you mentally prepare yourself to see a crapload of blood.
Are you coming or not? Stop being such a wiggler about all of this. It's just a little bit of blood.
Okay, yeah, it's a little bit more stomach churning to consider. Well, you made a promise. The things you can do for friendship. Everyone at the base still pretty much ignore you, but they're starting to give you dirty looks when you walk past. But also, no one's shooting you this time, and there's no alarms being sounded, so you guess that Skylar and Konya were able to make it through where Konya's mom is without anyone noticing. Well, anyone who's still alive, anyways.
Okay, y'all need to come to the back of where they have the loose eye. Head straight back to the parade grounds and keep going. You'll know which way to go.
Trust me. You walk along the route that Skylar indicates until... Oh crap, yeah, she wasn't kidding. There's a whole bunch of guards lying on the ground. And while part of you hopes that they're only unconscious, you're pretty sure they're all super dead. Not that necessarily you don't understand what you're getting into with Konya and Bob, but it's still a little bit unsettling how quickly she just kind of tears through things.
You found the way?
Yes, I did, and I don't personally want to deal with it, because it's terrible. Oh yeah, it's not really all that hard, you explain. No big deal, just follow the trail of bodies. You don't really remember it being quite so many bodies the last time you were doing this kind of thing. Few, of course. You gotta have some bodies after all, but this is generally getting out of hand. Okay, cool, we're just about done with this, and you can see Konya and Skylab ahead, talking softly to each other.
I'm telling you, I did what I could on the locks. The rest is up to her.
Don't see her anywhere.
Konya seems uncharacteristically worried. Geez, this whole Lustus thing is affecting her a lot more than you thought it would.
Don't worry about it. She's got this.
From From somewhere behind you, you hear a sound of a low, guttural growling noise, the kind made by a medium to large animal with lots of teeth. This is, given your previous experiment with the general state of most Eternia fauna, and for that matter some of the flora, probably not a good thing. Ahead of you, Skylar and Connie seem to not even notice, still wrapped in trying to figure out whatever it is. You turn slowly to see what's making the noise. Standing low to the ground, you see the angriest, meanest looking weasel you've ever seen in your life. You think it's a weasel or a ferret? Kind of resembles Tagora's Litlusus, but a little bit larger and a lot angrier. Oh god, those are a lot of teeth. Careful now, don't move. Their vision's based on movement. You're pretty sure that's a thing you read in science book somewhere. Slowly, you put your hands up and begin to back away. There's probably something... So slowly you put your hands up and begin to back away. There's probably something vaguely familiar about this creature, probably something from a science book you. Without warning, the creature bounds forward and attempts to instinctively shut your eyes and put up your flimsy arms in an attempt to... Wait a minute.
Mom!
You're instinctively not...
You got out!
Aww. You open your eyes and turn to see what's happening. Connie is bent over in one knee with a massive fanged grin plastered across her face. She's got her arms wrapped around this weird death rodent. Are weasels rodents? You remind yourself to look that up if you ever get back home, and she's rocking back and forth.
I'm so glad! You got away and everything!
Wait a minute. Of course, you get it now. You know why this animal seems familiar. She's Konya's mom. Didn't Konya used to have those claws? Of course. She must be a Wolverine mom. Konya blinks at you and realizes that you're talking out loud again.
Yes, this is my mom. Why? Something about that a problem?
No. You quickly and very positively really sure. It sucks that she doesn't have her weird hand-gloved claw anymore. That would really complete the whole Wolverine look. They have him on the planet, right? Trolliverine?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Nope. Never mind. You say never sleep. Wolverine mom. No further significance behind that whatsoever. Connie doesn't seem to care one way or another about what you are on right now, so you just finally decide to drop the issue entirely. Yep, definitely for the best that you don't ever mention that ever again. Wolverine, that's probably what they call him here. Yeah, that makes sense. Connie shrugs and walks off to the side where her Lussus is still turning in circles in the middle of the floor, and Skylar leans still back at you.
Well, when you're done having a moment, we really need to get going. The fact that we just killed a dozen guards ain't gonna go unnoticed.
Oh yeah, that. She's got a point. Well, good thing about that is that you got a plan. Skylar eyes you skeptically, but doesn't interrupt. You know how to hurt the Empire. Connie is still busy reuniting with Wolverine mom, but Skylar looks over you closely, your expression difficult to read.
Are you saying what I think you're saying? You're talking about joining the rebels.
Yes, I am. Joining our business dispensing the Emperor, blowing stuff up, it's all good, really.
You think I'm simple? You think I don't understand the nuance there?
No, that's not what you're trying to imply at all. Skylar shrugs and shakes her head.
You know what? It doesn't matter. The answer is no.
Wait, what?
I said no! You fucking heard me!
It's just like that. You were sure that Skylar was leaning toward maybe burning this crap down at least a little bit. Skylar laughs at you.
You really don't get it, do you? Think you got us all figured out, even after everything you've seen?
Okay, fine. You can't make them do anything. But doesn't she know that she can't just stay here, right? Eventually someone's gonna notice the trail of destruction leading into the holding facility.
What are you bull-cheaters talking about? Probably something stupid.
Our friend here doesn't have a fucking clue what they're doing. Before you say anything, I know we can't just hang out here. I'm thinking on it, okay?
What are you thinking about? Let's break out of here.
You quickly point out that while yes, this was what you were implying earlier, you're not actually sure how you go about doing that. Like, mechanically speaking, you're not sure how to escape from this base in a way that doesn't end up with everyone being killed.
Steal a fucking ship. They've got all these ships the Rusties learned to pilot just sitting around.
You assume the ships she's talking about are the ones that you'd line up the airfield, like the one Mighty has.
Yeah, attack ships. They pull a lot of Rustbloods to train on them, likely just to end up as aerial cannon fodder as anything else.
She frowns, and once more you can see the thoughts of her form.
But that might be our best bet.
Hell yes. Let's do it.
Nearby, Coney's Slowstick makes a high-pitching squeak and turns into a circle, tail wagging excitedly. Do Wolverines typically do that? You're not really sure. There's so many Wolverine facts that you don't know.
Fine. Except it's not that simple. There's a control tower that monitors outgoing traffic. If we try to take a ship, they'll blast us before we can lift off.
I can take care of that.
She grins broadly, and you feel a little twist in your stomach. Fortunately, Skylar shakes her head.
I'll go check out the control tower. You go to the airfield and see if there's a ship ready to take off that isn't being watched too closely.
Let's see here. What did I choose last time? So let's see here. So last time I said, let's see here. Last time I said I'll help with the control tower. This time I'm gonna say I'll help with the airfield. Connie leads the way with her luster circling around happily, making those small squeaking noises. If anyone has any choice words to say about the 3-foot-tall weasel that's running along with Konya, they wisely keep to themselves. You notice that almost everyone you pass is wearing bronze or aloe. Is there some reason for that? Konya shrugged.
Sure. People like us get sent down planetside. Rusties tend to get pulled for duty on the attack craft.
She just stood out to the open field behind you, and the dark gray ships parked neatly in rows. Trolls move around in the basin of the ships, checking them and talking to each other, and you notice that a lot of these trolls are wearing rust red. Wait, you thought they had drones or that kind of thing? Connie laughs at you and kind of wish you stopped doing that already.
Drones? You think dumbass drones could handle this stuff? The Empire needs bodies for that. Live to be a hero of the Empire, or die in glorious battle.
She frowns and shakes her head.
That's what they tell them anyway.
As she's talking to you, you notice that one of the weird-looking drones rolling by, the ones that Marcy refused to tell you about. So what's the deal with the weird-looking drones?
Military drones. Built mostly for killing.
She grins. Wait a minute, weren't all the drones already built for killing? Connie shakes her head in the way that suggests you are, in fact, intensely stupid.
Yeah, right. You think regular old drones are built for battle? These are battle drones right here.
Okay, cool battle drones. That's definitely a cool and not terrifying concept.
It's not terrifying unless you're a coward.
Recognize the ship before you even get close enough to read the nameplate on the side. This is Marchie's ship. She showed you to it before.
Who?
Never mind. Oh yeah, you should probably ask. Does anyone know how to fly one of these things? Coney gives you a steady, completely judgmental look.
Of course I know how to fly one. What kind of mercenary doesn't know how to fly?
She snorts wild with laughter.
I forgot how funny you can be.
Conley walks around the far side of the ship, carefully checking it for... You have no idea. She looks very serious though, so that's probably a good sign. As she's doing this, Marty appears from around the corner. Marty, how's it going? What's happening? Are things good? Good in case being loosely defined term.
Why are you poking around my ship?
Well, you see, the thing is that is... trying to sabotage the Empire? You know how it is. One day you're just sitting around minding your own business, and then you're on board with a series of factions designed to further the cause of rebels trying to dismantle their interior system.
Not really sure what you mean by that. I'm not a rebel. I already told you. I'm not trading being used by one set of assholes for another. Don't worry. I'm not gonna turn you in or anything. I'm not on board with whatever this is, but I'm not gonna sell you out either.
Speaking of ships, what you doing over here now? She got finished in the control center already? Marcy drops her gaze.
None of your business. I have a thing I have to work on.
Hey, Rusty, who the fuck are you? Don't you know we're...
She pauses. Kanye's got a lot of skills, but thinking of excuses on the fly isn't one of them.
Fuck you!
Nailed it. She makes her face and shakes her head.
Elegant. I was just saying to your friend that you're here to fuck with my ship.
Connie looks like she's about to step forward and clock Marty in the face, but you wisely decide to insert yourself between the two of them. Can't you just all get along?
Whatever. This is stupid. We've gotta go tell Skylar what we found.
Marcy's expression is an interesting combination of amused and suspicious, but she doesn't say anything else. That's good. This is definitely means she's not going to be a factor again, right?
Sure. Whatever. I've got some shit to check up on.
Fuck. Let's get out of here. I can't pull rank, and me being an olive won't mean shit to anyone.
You all meet back up at the barracks. Some yelling from Coney gets rid of the Trozash sitting around and talking. Skylar pulls you and calling you aside and starts speaking in a low voice.
Okay, y'all took a look around. A lot of stuff to be worried about. Control tower's gonna be guarded.
Ran into a fucking Rusty down by the plains. She thinks we're up to something.
Fuck. Well, it's not gonna be much longer before someone discovers what happened in Lucis Holden and starts asking around. You weren't exactly subtle.
You didn't fucking ask for subtle.
I mean, she has a point.
You're not helping. We need to figure out a plan of action.
We're getting out. I thought we talked about this already.
Of course we're getting out, but we need to talk about what happens once we do that.
You're sitting here watching these two talk back and forth, thinking about the options to have. Finally, it clicks. You need to say something. You've got valuable thoughts and opinions and are definitely not massively overstepping any boundaries. Tell them that there are people who can help them fight. Skylar raises an eyebrow and looks at you pointing.
You know what you're saying is crazy, right?
Crazy? No way. There's a lot of folks out there who don't want to do anything with the Empire. Revolutionaries like Malik, folks like Celsa and Tezias. Even not everyone's going to be outright defy the Empire. There's plenty more who choose not to support it, to bring the little cracks in the foundation that can be exploited to bring the whole system down.
I don't know about all that, but I can't say I'm a big fan of the Empire.
Her tone is even, but you can see the little spark behind her eyes, a glimmer of something that says far more than her words ever could. Kinda looks like she's about to say something, but a look crosses her face as she stops herself. She looks down at the Wolverine mom and makes a quiet little chirp in response.
Yeah.
She grits her teeth and clenches both her fists tightly.
I'm so fucking sick of all of this. Having to play by their fucking rules all the time. Having to wait for some fucking high blood to decide if we live or die.
Neither you nor Skylar interrupt, and Konya turns to face Skylar.
You never tell me about what you're thinking. Not about this.
About what?
Don't be stupid. It's not cute. You want to go against them? Sometimes. I want to burn them to the fucking ground. Okay, fine. So you've got some big plan, right?
Heck yeah, you got a plan. Your plan is, stick it to the man.
Gonna be honest, that sounds like you don't actually have a plan.
No, but I'm doing the best that I can, at least, right? Well, it's simple. Everyone hates the Empire, right? It sure would be great to take down the Empire a few notches, and you know there are people out there fighting them. You remember Malik, and that's kind of desperate energy that he had when you were talking to him before. Tezric having to wipe out the records of Tagore and Payad's direct action, something bigger than any one person. Konya groans and rolls her eyes.
You talk big, but we'll get shot down before we get off the ground. You forget about that?
I think I know a way that we can cover our escape and hurt the Empire at the same time.
Trixie says, living my dreams, or at least someone dream, I guess. Marvo said, not gonna lie, that whole slam would be called thing was stupid as F. The whole thing was rigged anyway. Skylar saying, honestly, I'm getting to live my dream right now. So glad I joined the army so I could learn valuable life skills, earn my good paycheck while serving my empire. Interesting.
What if we blow up most of the other attack craft? That'd put a dent in their war machine and give us the window to get out of here.
Not sure what that's entirely accurate to say it would put much of
Hell yeah! We're gonna blow their shit the fuck up!
Let's see. Then in Empire's anything, it sounds like a good enough idea in terms. Oh, yeah, that.
Okay, sure. Well, there's an armory nearby that has the explosives we'll need.
Mom can get those.
Then you put them around the airfields, and I'll detonate them all at once. Take everything out at the same time.
Then how can you help? Konya starts laughing at you.
You stay your ass in here and don't touch anything.
You really need to try and do what she says. Honest, but the thing is, when you got a minute to collect your thoughts, realize something. What if Marcy's still at the airfield? Action sequence. A feeling of raw panic runs through you as you jump up and run out for the door. You gotta go find her.
Don't worry. Mom knows where to go.
So... You're not sure how much time you got left. You're not sure that the plan is finished yet because you haven't heard any explosions coming from the direction of the airfield. But awfully, you know, Skylar's about to hit the button and turn everything to a firestorm. You don't see Coney around anywhere, probably a good sign. You quickly run to the back of the airfield to where Marcy's ship was. Sure enough, you find you're poking around with something, replacing an access panel and bolting into place.
You're back. Why are you back?
That's kind of a long story that you really don't have time to get into, but the bottom line is that you need to explain something very quickly.
Got the bombs. Time to get to work.
Okay, I marked off everywhere you gotta sit those down. Be careful now. We want enough to cause a distraction, not trying to cook everyone.
Shut up. I know what I'm doing.
Drones. Right around this. Try again.
Got the bomb.
Oh, be careful.
Shut.
Blah, blah, blah. Down, put it there. Wait for them to come down. Girls, try not to die. Wish I could shift though. Planted. Potion planted. Planted around.
What you said before about getting out, do you actually have a plan for this?
You bet, you're gonna set up a series of explosions all over the airfield so you can slip into the ensuing chaos. It's a very good plan. Marcy scowls.
Funny. You never struck me as very bloodthirsty. Look, I can talk to these people, convince them to stand down for a little while, conveniently not notice a single ship leaving.
Okay, that sounds like it might have been a good alternative to what you're currently going on, but you just need to find Coney before she does something you'll regret. But why does Marcy want to come with you all the time?
There's a signal out there in the wastes.
Not really very much of an explanation.
I'm getting to it if you stop interrupting. There's some kind of relay, but I don't think the Empire's fully in control. It was broadcasting a list of names. Some kind of registry of people that have been assigned to one of the fleet warships that's still docked on Alternia. I recognized one of the names. Folliculdarian.
Okay, this is making more and more sense for Giant's obvious crush.
Shut the fuck up. Point is, if she's assigned as permanent crew, then there's a good chance she's headed for deep space soon, and then she'll be gone. Can't exactly chase down a warship going 5 times light speed, can you?
No, that does seem pretty impossible.
So, I need to know what's happening. Even if I can't do anything, I have to at least know.
That means you need to get off the base?
Yeah, exactly. Guess you're not quite as stupid as you look.
Warning, there is some light and sound. Okay, awesome. You just need to go back. From even from the distance, the shockwave picks up explosions, knocks you and Marcy on your backs. You pick yourself up, struggling to even get to sitting. All around you, everything's on fire. Smoke is choking, stifling. You press forward, desperately looking for a way out. Ahead of you, Marty is shuffling forward like a zombie stumbling through the smoke. You try desperately to ignore the smell that's crawling up your nostrils. The first thing you see through the smoke that's choking your vision is a figure of Konya walking forward like something out of a horror movie. You instinctively push yourself back.
What the fuck are you even doing here? You were supposed to be in the barracks waiting for our signal.
You feel like vomiting, not sure if it's from the faintly cooked meat smell coming from the burning airfield or the general horror of the day.
You fucking bastards.
Sudden violence warning. Next to you, Marty's already on her feet, ranting to Konya. It doesn't work very well. Konya's fist connects with the side of Marty's head, and she goes down hard.
We don't have time for this.
Glad we're just as disposable to the revolution as the fucking Empire. I could have talked to them. They would have let us go.
Don't give me that bullshit. We're all killers. You think I'm going to just let my mom die? Let this stupid fucking Empire that pushover cronies do whatever they want?
Connell!
Shut up. The last thing I want is you sticking up for me.
She pushes herself to her feet again and shakes herself off, brushing the front of her uniform and glaring at Connell.
It doesn't matter. It's done already. We need to get out of here.
Saya comes from behind and grabs you by the scruff of the hoodie. Her tone is firm but gentle.
We gotta go, okay? Not if you understand.
You nod. This sucks. Inside the ship, Skylar sits down and straps you into one of the jump seats. Connor comes right after, still covered in blood and soot. You really want to throw up right now?
You keeping your shit together? We're almost out.
You really want to respond, but you can't stop smelling the air outside like barbecue, you wretch. Was it always like this? Was it like this the last time you were on Eternia and you just didn't notice? Too busy getting wrapped up in your own personal problems to see what was right in front of you?
Systems are all online. We're ready to go.
Good. Get us the fuck in the air.
The ship lurches as Marcy pulls back on the control stick and jams the throttle forward. You close your eyes, count backwards from 10, and then just hope the day will come when you stop seeing everything you witnessed. Someday, one day, and any day. The roar, the engines come fully to life, and you're thrown back against the padded jump seat. All the blood rushes right to the back of your head, which is profoundly unpleasant feeling, but definitely a lot better than dying.
Oh, my dear reader. Do you honestly think I can't see you?
No, this isn't right, this isn't real.
Tell me, did you ever find what you were looking for?
What you were looking for?
Not to worry. We will see each other soon enough.
Hey, you awake?
So what did I say? You feel your consciousness slipping away, which is what leads to this. Well, you are now. You sit up with as much start as you can, you can manage while strapped into the tech ship's restraints. Skylar is looking over at you, her face lined with concern.
You just kinda passed out for a minute there.
Happened when we punched out. Couldn't take the hit.
You groan and look around groggily. How long were you even out for? From the little you can see from the cockpit window, you can see the edge of the sky, the point of the atmosphere of the artificial expanse of deserts and misery. You were just on peels away from the cold indifference of space. Wait, why aren't you going any higher?
We're landing a little ways up ahead, outside their defense perimeter. I've got something I need to take care of.
The ship pulls down again, thankfully with a lot less intensity in takeoff. Smartsea guides you in along the ridges and peeks off a small mountain range that you definitely don't remember seeing before. After 5 minutes of low-speed maneuvering, you feel the sudden jolt of the ship touching on the ground. Let's see here. Zebra, yeah, I know a couple aliens. Alien version was actually a good friend. Basically, no. Ugh. Heard some rebels blew up one of my bases. WTAF is wrong with you. What the absolute fuck, I'm guessing that means is that wrong with you. #pissed. Before anyone can say anything, you're out of your seat and jumping to the hatch of the back of the ship, pulling it open and jumping out. You're once again breathing the sweet, sweet air of delicious freedom.
Don't get too excited. We're still not off this rock.
You know what? It doesn't even matter. You just had enough near-death experiences for that. You're looking forward to doing something that's a lot more low-key. Maybe spending some time with an old friend who really knows just to hang out and not get wrapped up in interstellar political conflicts. Just vibe and just vibe chills all around.
Whatever. Sounds boring as fuck to me, but whatever.
We gotta get going soon. Marcy, you good to fly us back to Alternia? Figure we can try and make contact with whoever counts for being in charge of the rebels down there.
No.
What in the hell do you mean no?
Marcy doesn't respond right away. You feel you can see her shaking as she clenches her fist.
Even if I had wanted to in the first place, you think I'd go with you after what you did?
Burning needs.
And save me whatever speech you have ready, whatever bullshit about acceptable losses.
It's not like that. It wasn't supposed to happen like that.
Really? Because I'm a stupid wiggler who will believe anything you tell her, right?
Skylar glances over at you quickly, and you look away. You wish you knew what to say to make the situation better, but honestly, it doesn't feel like something can be better. All of this is going to make the next thing you have to say even more awkward, isn't it? Hey, so you're actually planning to hang out with Marcy for a little bit longer. You're not sure why, but you have a feeling there's something you still gotta do to take care of up here.
Fine. Y'all suit yourselves, because Connell and I are gonna head down and take care of business.
You do that. I'm gonna get my things from the ship and then head out.
Hey, there's something else we need to do. Something I didn't want to talk about before. You know, on account of surveillance and everything.
Skyla narrows her eyes, but she doesn't say anything.
I need to know what's going on with Astasia. I know he's planetside doing fleet stuff, but I haven't heard from him since...
She frowns, and you get a rare glimpse of her actual feelings. She's genuinely worried. Skyla notices it too, and her expression softens.
Okay, yeah, sure. We'll figure out where he is and see what we can do. Let's get going.
Fucking right? Let's get the hell away from this stupid place. I've got a mate sprite to rescue.
Not sure that he's necessarily needs rescuing, but you really don't feel comfortable saying anything to Konya. Honestly, she kind of scares you, more so today than ever before, if you're really being honest with yourself. Skyla turns to you and there's something hollow in her gaze, the same haunted look behind her eyes that she had when you first saw her again.
You know we didn't have a choice, right?
Your gaze meets Skyla and you can feel a strange feeling run through your body, just disconnected sense of unreality. She's already had a choice, right up until the moment she's made it. Why does that sound so familiar to you? Skyla grimaces and looks down the ground, shuffling and worried a handful of shirt in one hand.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I can understand why y'all don't want to stick around.
You're starting to respond to let her know that she definitely is not like that. It's just that you and Marty need to. But then you stop yourself, because deep down inside, maybe it's a little bit like that. You know that you barely knew these two before today, but the realization's hitting you pretty hard now. You really have no idea who they are.
I should go. Look, I'm sorry.
For a moment, you're left alone with your thoughts, and there's something that keeps you coming back in again. Did you ever find what you're looking for? What does that mean? What is that you're looking for? For one thing, you still got a lot of your old friends to find. Every person to find, you get more and more worried about what will be happening to the next one. If only you hadn't misgauged things so badly, maybe you could have avoided all this. You don't get any more time for quiet self-reflection because Marcy shows up again holding a small bag taken from the ship's emergency kits.
You ready to go?
You stop her. If you're going to be trapezing around with her on this godforsaken rock satellite moon thing, you're going to know at least a little bit more what the specific plan is. Marcy scrunches up her face for a second, but then shrugs.
Figure I'll head out and find out what the source of this transmission is. If it's the rebels, that means there's rebels nearby to babysit the signal. They'd at least give me a ride back to Alternia. Probably.
Unless it's the Empire, in which case they're more likely to just shoot you in the head, right? That seems like it's basically their style. Marcy sighs and shrugs again.
Sure. Would have ended up the same way if I'd stuck around sooner or later.
Wait a minute, but she's absolutely right. So what's the plan now? Up to another grand adventure? Just you and Marcy back at it again?
Last time we talked, we visited the dump, and you acted like an ass.
Look, let's talk about that less, okay? The point is, you've got a big adventure to go on now.
I mean, not really. We're just checking for a radio source, and hopefully leaving with all of our limbs intact.
Which is a good idea. Adventure.
Sure. Whatever you say.
To Friendship, the King Team, Choice Revolution, and Volume 3. Yeah, two friends will survive as soldiers of fortune. It's definitely gonna save my progress so far. So with that, I'm gonna head back to the main menu. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys have a good day, night, week, month of your lives, and may the stars forever guide your path, forever I might lead you into the future. Goodbye, everybody.